Well, if you've looked at the title of this video, you obviously know where we're going by now. We just got to San Francisco and we are going to the Walt Disney Family Museum. They are hosting us today. They gave us tickets to check out some extra exhibits as well. So we're going to be spending a little bit of our day here at the Walt Disney Family Museum. So we're excited to bring you guys along with us, and we'll show you as much as we can while we're being respectful of other people and their space and what they've got going on. But I've been here before. Priscilla has never been here before. The drive was beautiful, so we're really excited, but let's go ahead and get in, get settled, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we just walked inside. We're actually gonna go ahead downstairs to the restroom first, so we don't have to take any pauses or breaks in between. So down the lower level, you have restrooms, coat check, theater, and a learning center. So we're gonna head down to see if there's anything else down here. Oh my gosh, this looks so awesome. Our little taste of Disney, even though we're so far away. So down here they have all these posters that you would see when you're walking through the tunnels at Disneyland, with a couple of different little, you know, mementos along the way. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the flooring here. It feels like we're at like a Disney resort. So this is from the estate of Mary Blair, kind of like an abstract piece of art for the World's Fair for, obviously, It's a Small World, which is where that debuted. So that's a really cool piece I've never seen before. I'm gonna head to the restroom, and then we're gonna head back upstairs and go along with our tour, check in. I don't often show restrooms, but nobody's in here, and look how clean and beautiful this bathroom is. It feels like Disney. Disney touch, for sure. I remember this from the last time I came here, all of the Oscars, especially the Snow White one. This is probably the most famous one, the custom one that they made for him. Not often you see just a bunch of Oscars in front of you. Kind of speaking very quietly and low because some of them are really quiet rooms. But this front room here, right when you enter, is really just about his family. It's labeled as Small Beginnings. Everything with his family. It's got his dad's fiddle. Certificate of baptism was up there on the wall. Just a lot of information about his family with the voiceover from Walt Disney also, which is really cool. So it's really just about his upbringing. This war vehicle is really cool. This is a vehicle that you would have seen Walt Disney on when he tried to work in the war before he even turned 18. Really interesting stuff in this front room here. So now we're gonna take this elevator here upstairs. Okay, so, oh wow. Oh, it's like we're on a train.
I think it's important
Wow. Okay, we're entering the Hollywood era. Lift the headset for audio. Okay. Oh, wow. This reminds me of like Mickey and Minnie's, like all the little posters. These old cameras too, especially as a my bachelor's in film production. Stuff like this is really cool to see old cameras. This is cool. This is a handwritten Walt Disney letter to Ub Iwerks, inviting him to join the studio staff, which is crazy because he was the one who came up with Mickey Mouse. So without this letter, probably wouldn't have Mickey Mouse. Wow.
That's really cool.
And then this letter here is writing to her parents to convince them to move from, I don't know where they were. It didn't say there, but they're moving. He wants them to relocate to Hollywood so she can be in the Alice films that he's making. So that's the letter he wrote them. Flying Steamboat Willie. That's cool. Look at all the individual cells that they had to do. 700 drawings in one day. And all of these frames on this wall, it's 348 frames, and that only equals less than 15 seconds of a cartoon. So this is just 15 seconds. This room seems pretty interactive, which is really cool. Some more stuff here about his family. Oh, the marriage license. Is this for Walt? Yeah. Walt Disney and Lillian Bounce, their marriage license, certificate of marriage. This is the rough animation sketch of what looks like Oswald. Wow. 1927. I think this is my favorite part of the entire museum, is the earliest known sketch of Mickey Mouse. Look at that. And the fact that it's here and that we have it is crazy. That's unreal. Especially to see how similar he still is to that. They kind of have something like this in the Disney Hotel, kind of by Goofy's Kitchen. A lot of memorabilia over the years. Mickey Mouse merch. Just the craze that he had on like the world is wild. I didn't realize skis were this big, but these are Walt's skis, made in Switzerland of wood and metal. And there he is holding him there. Wow. These are long, longer than I thought. Okay, so this is kind of cool for any film students when you're talking about storyboarding and shot schedules and how you want your film to look. This is really cool to see. And we'll look at their multi-plane camera a little bit later. And I'll kind of put this all together, but to see a hand-drawn storyboard these days is very rare, so. And they're like detailed too, like they're incredible. Leave nothing up for confusion or interpretation, it's all pretty straightforward. Priscilla was just telling me about this, about the animals. She brought me over here. She's a little shy to talk about it, but she thought it was cool.
Yeah. They brought in like horses, elephants.
Just to help them animate.
Deer from Bambi.
That's super original too and creative to like bring full life-size animals in to learn how they move, how their muscles look. This room that we've been in here is basically from him going from shorts to doing full feature-length films. Snow White being the first here, which we saw the Oscar for that downstairs. All these little figurines that would help them draw these characters. All these original drawings, cells, incredible. Is this the program from, well, it's the world premiere program of Snow White, Carthay Circle, which now we have the restaurant, Carthay Circle, California Adventure. Wow. 1937. This is how they would make their films using this multi-plane camera I was talking about earlier. We'll talk about it here. We'll listen for a sec.
We can see how each level is playing independently of the other.
Basically just creating depth to their films in a very creative way.
I like how they did that in Snow White.
And which is kind of what we saw in Wish, right? Is it looked a little more old school like that, which is will either make people love it or hate it, which I thought it was really interesting. This room is beautiful. I feel like we're like underwater. Oh, this looks interactive here. Want to touch it, maybe? Wow. Does something happen? Oh, it does. press it, opens up a new behind the scenes story. See a horse here, so we'll click that one. It was working. Oh, there we go. You just press them and they go. Wow, cool. That's a really cool kind of feature. I don't think this was here last time, this interactive element. So this is an underwater camera that they use, made of metal, plastic, and glass. And the Nautilus concept, that's cool. I've never actually seen 20,000 Leagues, but always been interested. I was telling Priscilla about this on the way here. Walt Disney was a collector of miniature figurines.
They need Life magazine.
Life magazines, like, I think it's so funny when people have their little niche, like little collections that they like.
I'd love this.
Little miniatures, a full set too. And you got some more over here. Well, these are a bit different here. Lawn bowling, wow. And a Walt Disney autograph. His personal film from maybe home videos or his travels. His watch. Oh, and that's cool. Walt and Lillian Disney at the Golden Horseshoe during their 30th anniversary party. Which I think I've talked about that in a vlog when we go into the Golden Horseshoe in Frontierland. That's Walt Disney's camera too. That's his personal camera. Wow. That bag is really nice too. Has his name on it engraved. Colognes, perfumes. So now we're entering my favorite part of the tour, or the museum. Look at the Golden Gate. That's beautiful. A couple more cameras. Oh, this is cool. True Life Adventure Globe. This is the opening to a couple of the films that they were making. So you would see that before you saw your film, and that is the actual globe from that intro. This is beautiful. I told you this would be like the best part.
This is so pretty.
This is one of the benches that Walt Disney would sit on when he was thinking of Disneyland. There's one in Disneyland, but you can't sit on that one. But this is like the only one you can sit on that he would have sat on. Go sit on it.
No, you sit on it.
Go sit on it. Here, I'll sit on it. Let's see if I come up with a new idea while I'm sitting here.
Anything?
No, nothing. Nothing is coming to mind.
Just blank thought.
Just always. We're getting to Disneyland now. The saddle? Wow. And this is where it gets really awesome. We are now in the era of Disneyland. So I believe this is Walt Disney's train. Yeah, this is Walt's train, Carolwood Pacific. This is his personal train, and you have the grandkids sitting there right around his block or his property. That's really cool. I'm gonna show you. Oh, it's temporarily closed. No. I'll talk about it still. Okay, so this is cool. This is the original model of the Fantasyland castle. And I think I've told you this story before, but there's a story where some of the, architects and designers of Disneyland were messing around with the model of it, and they turned it backwards, and Walt Disney had walked in and ended up liking how it was, but they thought they were gonna get in trouble, and they didn't want to move it while he was there. So now the castle was built essentially backwards. It was supposed to be the other way around to us.
I never really paid much attention to what it was like on the other side.
Circarama camera? This is crazy. This Disneyland model is incredible. See some circle vision in there, Space Mountain. Wow. See those boats there, right by Matterhorn? And that striped tent right there, that's where we eat our breakfast.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we like to have breakfast in there. We Here's the opposite side of this diorama. I've just been kind of telling Priscilla like the differences between then and now, of what is there now and what used to be there. This room is awesome. There's just so much to see, and there's even a Autopia car that we're coming up on. Yeah, so these are the old Autopia cars. This one might have been the customized one, but yeah, this is a nice one. And they didn't have rails too, so you can kind of drive anywhere on the road of Autopia, which is pretty dangerous when you think about it. But I do have that People Mover sign. It was actually signed by Bob Gurr. There's a quote in here about Walt Disney. He was the one who created the Autopia car, People Mover, monorail, a lot of the Omnimover system. He invented a lot of that stuff for Walt Disney and Disneyland. So now we're getting to Main Street here, which, if you don't know, which a lot of people do, but if you don't, it's based after Walt's hometown of Marceline, Missouri. And if you were to ever go to Marceline, which I have not yet, but I've seen a lot of videos, it really, you do see his inspiration for Main Street, which it must have meant so much to him to have that represented in his theme park. All these old tickets, which you can actually redeem these now for a ticket to Disneyland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you have them, you can redeem it. But I wouldn't. I would hold on to that.
Yeah.
Which that would be a cool thing to own one day. That or a Walt Disney autograph. That's my goal. You used to be able to operate this yourself. It looks like it's temporarily closed, but you can still kind of start it. But you can operate your own audio animatronic. This is also really, really cool. So if you're a Lincoln fan or Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, this is the cast that they used to develop that Lincoln audio animatronic that is still there today. And this is his chest, and the whole mechanism of how they created him. Something that I think a lot of people take for granted today, but man, it's still pretty incredible. And then we get to the Florida Project, which is the code name for Walt Disney World and Epcot. This makes me want to go back to Disney World so bad. This is a really cool display case. Here's his glasses here with, his address on there. This was his valet box. Kept a bunch of little trinkets in here I guess he would keep in his drawer all the time. His personal camera, a cigar, his travel case, luggage tags, and a bronze hat, 'cause I guess he was super into wearing hats for a long time. Everything is just personalized for him. So this is the saddest room probably in the entire tour. It's after he had passed. A lot of the news articles, a lot of how the public kind of reacted to the news. Only 65 years old. Yeah, this is the lower level view of that camera because we were up there and now we're down here. This kind of walks you through how it all works. We're definitely getting some merch. I don't know what we're getting yet, but this is just an overview of the entire store. I don't need any more books. I have too many right now. The totes are nice. And look, all the little gold books. I like that mug. But I'm kind of thinking I want like a shirt maybe. I really like this one, this white one, or the black one there. It's really nice too, these little hoodies. I like this. $80 though. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. These shirts are also really cool. I like the cut of these. All the little kid stuff. Super cute. Busier. Okay, so we just left the museum, the main part of the museum. We're about to go to cats and dogs, but we stopped by the gift shop and I got a shirt here, which I'm really excited about. But what are your thoughts overall of everything? Did it live up to the hype? Did it exceed your expectations?
I didn't even know what to expect because I just found out about this.
Yeah.
like a while ago, but I thought it was really, really cool, and they have a lot of original pieces, and it tells like a lot more about like Walt Disney's like family and life before Disneyland too, which is like really cool.
Which is probably why
to
they call
learn
it the
about.
Family Museum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was better this second time around because I feel like I took a little bit more time focusing on like the backstory of everything and looking into the history of it all. I think it's really special. And also like seeing stuff that like he owned is really awesome. You don't get to come across that too often. So I thought it was really awesome. I think it's worth it. Yeah, it was great. Now there's a ton of people out here right now.
It's a great area too.
This is our view at the Presidio, San Francisco, right next to the Golden Gate Bridge. We'll have to take Vinny here next time we come back out.
Yeah.
But now it's time to go to the cats and dogs part of the museum. So I'm really excited about that. I hope they have a separate little gift shop. So I want them to have like dog stuff. We can get like Vinny something with a scarf. So that's the next step. So let's go head over. I'm not sure if we already mentioned it, but the cats and dogs is in a separate building. So this is the main building here that we were just in for all of the Disney Museum part. But now we're heading to a different building. You follow these stickers on the ground. There's Pluto, Cheshire Cat, and it'll lead us to the cats and dogs part of the museum. And now we're coming up to the cats and dogs exhibit. It was about a 2.5 minute walk, and you have a beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge as you're walking up. And Alcatraz is way deep out there. I'll try to zoom in. That is Alcatraz, the famous prison, for those who don't know. Building 122, the Walt Disney Family Museum, cats and dogs. Let's go check it out. So we have just entered the cats and dogs part of the museum. His quote, "Every one of my dogs at the time was the best doggone dog of all." That's Vinny. What like a perfect family. This is me and Vinny when we go get coffee. Some of these pictures I've just never seen before. What a fun exhibit to have, or like to even think of, because there really are so many animals. This is funny. These good doggos. Horace and Jasper. Okay, so now we get to draw, so we're definitely doing that now. How to draw a cat and dog. Okay, let's get to work. All right, both gonna draw a dog. Try our hand.
Dog.
Yep, there's more papers. Oh, there's more papers. We didn't see those.
Please. Okay, well.
Okay, we're drawing a dog. You ready?
Yeah.
Mine's Guido. This is mine. All right, you guys have to comment which one's better, Guido or Bubba. Oh, they have colors.
Do you have colors?
I don't know if I want to color mine really.
I don't want to either.
Yeah, mine's
But
kind of
that
chunky.
was so fun. Mine's
Yeah.
chunky too.
If you come, you have to do that. You have to do the drawing, and then we'll vote on yours.
Yeah.
We walk in the room and immediately, oh my bag. We immediately see more
Oh my gosh.
drawings.
Wait. I want to go.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
We can do it. Oh, this is about Pluto.
So cute.
Which, if you guys don't know, Pluto is my favorite Disney character. This is cool too, trying to get a facial expression. Norman Ferguson. So he was handpicked by Walt to animate Pluto. So he developed Pluto by capturing the basic characteristics of a dog. Wow. I didn't know that. We are definitely taking a picture here.
Yeah.
This might be a good thumbnail.
I really want to watch.
Lady and the Tramp. This is a sign.
Yep.
Oh, this is awesome. There's more. There's drawings everywhere. So if your kid loves to draw, or if you like to draw, this is the place. Okay, now we're gonna do this. How to make a cat or a dog origami? What do you want to do? A cat or a dog? I'm gonna do a dog.
Okay, I'm gonna do a cat.
Okay. Okay, so these are our instructions here for our dogs. If you want to screenshot that, you can kind of follow along with us. And there's the cat instructions. And then you can just kind of draw on after the fact. So we're gonna go ahead and do this now. Follow along if you want to do it. It just looks like a 5x5 piece of paper.
This is so cute.
All right, now you have to vote which one. Mine or Priscilla's, for cat or my dog? I like mine. Mine's very simple. I did Vinny.
Aww.
I kind of want to take this one.
I'll leave mine here.
If you leave yours,
Yours
I'll
is
leave mine.
cute.
I'll leave mine so someone can see it. And we are headed upstairs to the next part of the exhibit. There's a lot of drawing down there, so I don't know what we're gonna come across up here. Oh, there's more drawing. Okay. Oh, wow. This is more so background of a lot of the animated cats and dogs. A couple of sketches, kind of like the same thing downstairs, but there's a nice little reading area here with a lot of kids' books. I think this exhibit is really catered to kids. And that pretty much wraps up cats and dogs. I'll have to check how long it's gonna be here in case you plan on coming out. But I liked it, lots of drawing, very interactive, very colorful. Okay, so we'll kind of walk and talk here. I thought the cats and dogs was really cool. It's a little bit smaller than, well, it's quite a bit smaller than the Family Museum, but it's just an exhibit. It's not supposed to be, you know, something crazy. And I know they change out the exhibits, but I thought it was really cool. It was really interactive, lots of drawings, coloring, photo ops, lots of really good opportunities for that.
I think it's smart too that they have like a lot of almost like pit stops for kids, because I feel like at least when we go with our nieces to like museums, or like last week we took Val to what was it?
Oh, Sequest in Folsom.
Sequest, yeah. She kind of just runs through it, like she doesn't like take it in, obviously because she's a kid. So it's really cool that they have like coloring and like books and stuff from like characters she would recognize.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities to keep kids busy. And honestly, I mean, kids get into trouble and kids like look around and kind of go into backstage areas where they shouldn't. So I think it really directs kids to the right places to go. Would I go to the cats and dogs part again, like just us? Probably not.
Yeah,
but if we were to bring someone new, I would.
The same as the family museum.
Yeah. So if we brought like our nieces or something, I would definitely consider doing that, but I wouldn't go just us again.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna hang out over here for a while in this like Presidio area behind us. There's a lot of food, people, you know, playing with Frisbees and their dogs. So we're gonna go check that out, which we're really excited about. This was a great time. So I'm gonna take some pictures really quick, capture a thumbnail, and then we'll probably head over there and check it out. All right, so as you can tell, we are now home. We had a great time in San Francisco. It was a beautiful day. I just wanted to take the time to thank the Walt Disney Family Museum. Thank you guys so much for hosting us today. We had a great time. It was a beautiful museum. The extra exhibit with the dogs and cats was honestly really cool and something I wasn't expecting. It was a little bit smaller than the actual Walt Disney Museum itself. However, there is way more to do, I feel like, in the dogs and cats part of the museum. Well, at least a lot more hands-on things to do. There's a couple of different things in the museum, like the Walt Disney part with like listening up to audio, or even like cranking a little animation wheel. So there's still plenty to do, but the dogs and cats area was a lot of fun. Like we mentioned, it would be really cool to bring our nieces there because they're super artsy and love that kind of hands-on activity. But overall, like I said, it was my second time going, so I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, but I felt like there was just so much more to see. And we probably could have spent a little bit more time there, but we did have to get back to Vinny. I also got a flat tire on my way home, so I had to adjust and pay for that and fix that. So that wasn't too fun. But the fact that we had such a good time at the museum and were treated so well that kind of made up for the flat tire. So thank you so much. Thank you to Caroline with the Walt Disney Family Museum. You were so awesome and gracious, and I really appreciate it. I wish we could have met you this time around, but I'm sure I'll send you a couple of pictures and stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you to the museum, and that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As you can tell, subscriber counts are going up, views are going up, and it just means so much to have you guys on the channel. So thank you for being here. If this is your first video, thanks for watching, and I hope you come back again next week. If this is a return video for you, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Other than that, D23 is coming up in a couple of months. We have a couple more things planned for the summer, so I'm really excited. And yeah, that should be it. I will see you guys the next time around. See ya.